Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading for July 22nd through July 28th, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the Three of Pentacles. You are someone who understands the process of change on the physical plane. Your power card is the Death card after all, right? So you understand the evolution of things. You understand how things work. I feel like you're somebody who's really good at tinkering with things. I feel like maybe even, you like to take things apart and put them back together. And I'm picturing toasters, but really I think it could be anything. It could be ideas, it could be opinions, beliefs, it could be relationships, right? You like to really pick it apart, see how it works. Sometimes that's not always the good thing, right? But it always leads you to a deeper understanding of life and about how things evolve, how things change, and also what is necessary to make things work. You know the fundamentals of things, which is kind of like if you understand the concept of mechanics or electricity, you can, not only for toasters, you can make anything work, right? It really gives you a broad understanding of a lot of things when you learn those kinds of basic things. The Three of Pentacles, I think, is you beginning something. I think something's already rolling for you, right? There's already something that you're involved with, or some sort of project or endeavor or quest or adventure or relationship or creative project that you're in the middle of, okay? And I know it's going to come to fruition because I know that you understand the fundamentals and you understand the blood, sweat, and tears that are required in this thing you're doing. And you also understand the process of change. You know how to adapt. You know how to, in some ways, harness the power of the universe and kind of nudge things in your direction, right? Very magical. Let's see where this is going with a couple more cards here. Yeah. Well, there it is right there. Magician, of course, right? What other card would it be? You're the magician right now. This is your ability to adapt. And I think that this situation, again, understanding the process of change or the process of creation, right? You know how to make things work. You're going to have to adapt your energy in some way. Something is not going in that clear, smooth, I don't even have to look at it kind of way. You're going to have to improvise. You're going to have to MacGyver it, okay? This is the Magician card. This is the MacGyver energy, magician, juggler, trickster, a lot of things here. This is your ability to take the situation as it is and optimize it. Make it work as good as it can. It's like a computer. When you optimize your computer, I don't know, I'm back to the old PC days, right? You have your computer and you're limited by the hardware. But you can try to optimize both the hardware and the software in order to make that machine scream to the best of its ability, right? We can only do so much with what we've got. And you understand those fundamentals. You understand how to optimize your life, how to optimize your circumstances, your energies, the environment around you to make the absolute very best out of it, to optimize it, to make it significant, to bring out its best qualities. We think of the magician, we think of the artist, we think of the sculptor. Taking the raw materials and bringing out the masterpiece that is inherent in those raw materials. So in any situation, you understand how to bring out the masterpiece, bring out the beauty of it. And that's a very, very good skill to have, and I think it's a skill that's going to be very much required of you in the next few days, okay? This might even be an energy saying that You've got the fundamentals of something, but now you've got to specialize. So maybe you're doing that already at work, right? Maybe you're in the medical field or something. And this is you kind of specializing in a certain, maybe you're doing pediatrics or geriatrics or, some kind of surgical thing. You're specializing your training, okay? Which requires you to both learn new skills, but also to kind of optimize the skills you already know, you already have, right? This could be taking place in any of the sciences, not just medical science. This could be really an art thing. This could be in relationships too, right? Friendships, family relationships, romantic relationships. But I feel like this has something to do with your work, And I don't mean career. I don't mean what you do for money. Maybe it's that. But when I say work, it's whatever you're burning calories doing every day, all right? It's going to require you to learn some new skills because you're specializing here. We're getting kind of more narrow focus on something. To me, my first analogy is a medical field, specializing in your training. And maybe you're going back to school to get that specialized training. Maybe it's some kind of on-the-job training, whatever it might be. I think it's going to be very important for you in the next few days. Your ability to kind of do that, right? We've got the inner artist. We've got the Prince of Cups, right? This is somebody that has something to say. This is now we're kind of going between art and science here, right? Because this is the artist. This is the one that that has a truth or has a vision or has an idea and is looking for a way to create it. Right. Well, just as we were kind of saying with the magician energy, it's your ability to take the situation and optimize it, to take the block of clay and bring out the masterpiece that's waiting to be revealed, right? For this is the magician on stage, this is the performer on stage, the magician, the musician even. Being able to read, the comedian even, right? Being able to read the room and do your absolute very best with it. This is the audience you got, right? And this is the material you got. You got to figure out how to fit it all together to make it a successful comedic performance. Maybe you're a stand-up comic. I would love that. This is kind of the similar thing. This is someone who has something to say and is looking for that creative way to say it, right? And what we want really with the magician is the ability to have that idea inside of us and to be able to put it out into the real world, into the physical, external so-called world without any loss, right? I would love to be able to take the picture I can see in my head and draw it on a sheet of paper perfectly so that it matches, right? I can't do that. Drawing's not my thing. I always wanted it to be, but I'm no good at it. You might, on the other hand, be very, very good at doing that. Taking that inner truth, whatever it is, it's the poet, right? It's the artist. Whatever it is that you want to say, you're able to say it in your own creative way without any kind of loss. It comes out of you perfectly, right? Not easily, but as close to perfect as we can get. Let's keep going with our cards here. Now we've got, look at that. Now we've got the Eon. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire. Okay, this is a card that really, in order for you to optimize this situation and make the very, very best out of this, whatever you're doing now, I feel like going through this doorway, when you accepted this path, or if this is what's kind of coming for this week, right? When you go through this doorway, you're being asked to leave everything behind that is not absolutely of God, right? In other words, you have to focus only on what this is. Everything that is not germane to this, everything that is not useful here, needs to be discarded. Feelings, beliefs, hobbies, habits, right? Ideas. Going through this fiery doorway strips away everything that's not essential to us. So kind of we're getting back to the fundamentals, right? It's almost like an unlearning even. Yeah. So we have to kind of forget, like, let's say you are specializing or going through some new kind of training. Going through this doorway is going to require you to leave behind everything you thought you knew about this subject, right? And really asking you to commit yourself fully. It's kind of like in the religious or spiritual way. It's going through this doorway means we're trying to shed off of our souls everything that is not utterly of God, right? To have that union with God, to have that kind of optimized relationship, you know? So we're leaving behind everything that does not pertain to this goal that you have, okay? That's a difficult thing to do because how do we know? How do we know what's useful and what's not, right? This is the card of a very big decision, a very big life-changing decision. It's you voluntarily walking through that doorway to that new position, that new promotion, that new relationship, that new creative project. It's an intentional thing. You have to, Spirit will show you the door, but you've got to walk through it, okay? And a lot will be required of you if we want to seriously optimize this thing, right? But let's see what's going on above the surface. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. I love getting the Knight of Pentacles, especially at the top of the path of the dove, because this is the best vantage point for you to see the future, okay? And that's what that card does, okay? Also, I feel like you've got something in your wallet or your handbag or your clutch or your purse. It's like a folded up picture or a folded up piece of paper. I don't know what it is, but it's something that you keep with you almost as a talisman. It's something very motivational. It might be a picture or an image or something that you drew or something that you wrote down. But I feel like it's folded up and it's kept with you. I feel like it's been there for a while. It's almost like your affirmation or something, right? It's some kind of a sigil or a talisman of sorts, right? Anyway, back to the Knight of Pentacles. This is the card that looks at the future. You can see the end result of all of your activities. This is the card that looks to the future and sees the unbelievably great goal. And then, of course, you work your way backwards. You reverse engineer it. You say, that's the outcome that I want. That's who I want to be, where I want to be, and what I want to be doing a month, a year, 5, 10 years down the road, whatever. So then we have to work our way backwards and say, okay, how do I get there? What is the road that I must travel to get to that goal that I'm after? Okay, and maybe we can't see exactly step by step. Maybe we only see a couple of steps. Maybe we only see the last couple of steps, or we see only something in the middle. But you've got the highest perspective on the reading here. You've got this way up top perspective. I feel like you can see the whole path from start to finish. You know exactly how it's going to need to go. Of course, with the Magician energy, you also know that you're going to have to adapt, and you're going to have to deal with some unexpected things, some variables, okay, which you're very good at. Just be ready for those variables, right? What is in the future position? Oh, a Six of Wands, very nice. The first appearance of the fire energy. And, except for, of course, for the major arcana, this is that fiery doorway. But as far as the wands go, this is it. This is Jupiter in Leo. This is a victory in your future that is going to really make you feel 10 feet tall, right? This is the expansive pride, right? This is just it's kind of the swelling of the ego a little bit, but that's okay. Ego, there's nothing wrong with ego, all right? But ego has to be in service of the higher will, right? Has to be in service of the divine. Has to be in service of that ultimate kind of goal that you're after. And then ego is a very important function of us, right? It's the executive function. It's the one that makes the choices. Hopefully those are inspired choices. Okay? So we need the ego, and it's okay for the ego to feel proud of what it does, what it's accomplished, what it is participating in. Okay? The ego is not really the one that does anything, but makes the decision to get everything else, to get the body and the mind and the heart moving in a certain direction and doing certain things. But, technicalities aside, it's okay to feel proud of your accomplishments. All right? It's okay for you to feel as if through your efforts, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual efforts. You're accomplishing something, right? And it's something that I think is really going to rock your world. Because I feel that this is going to make you want to jump up and down with joy, right? And it has the potential to really give you a big head where you can't even fit through the door because it just feels so good, right? And I don't want you to have to shrink from that. Allow yourself to be happy for what you did. Allow yourself to feel proud of it. All right, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction, drop it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's totally free and it really does support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Also, big announcement, I finally set up a Facebook, an Instagram, and a TikTok account. There's no content on there yet, but there will be. So follow the links down in the video description. Connect with me on those other platforms, okay? But the readings will always be here on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe. All right. Now, general energy, Path of the Serpent. 10. See, the 10 of Swords is everything that we've got to let go of to get through this door. All right? And to me, this feels like a lot of beliefs, a lot of things we thought we knew. It's almost like this is us throwing the textbook out the window. When we go through this doorway, we realize that everything we've learned, everything that we thought we knew about the world or about ourselves, about our capabilities, throw it out the window. It's kind of like you're starting this new apprenticeship somewhere, and the master says everything you thought you knew about, I don't know, whatever, blowing glass or jewelry making or something, or plumbing, right? Throw it out the window. That textbook you brought with you, throw it out the window, right? Because plumbing, right, or electrical work or whatever, roofing, is an art. It's not, you can't learn about it in a textbook, right? You have to learn through doing, through immersing yourself in it, through adapting to encountering every possible challenge and figuring out how to get through it. Right? I don't know anything about electricity. I don't know anything about plumbing. And neither do you. Right? Here's the 10 of Swords. We have to let go of everything we thought we believed about what this is going to be, about how it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to be. Now, when we think of the Knight of Pentacles looking down on the path, kind of looking down, you can see every step of the way, right? You have to be willing at any moment to throw your complete GPS system out the window. Okay, maybe we're going to keep the map, but you realize that the map is not the territory. Okay, this card's here for a reason. Okay, and there's a reason why the Knight of Pentacles got to the highest point that it could to see everything that's going to be going on over here on the Path of the Serpent, right? First of all, we see that the map we have is outdated. The textbook we have is from the 70s, right? It doesn't really apply now. There's been so many developments and things that this is maybe going to give you a general outline of things, but this is a picture of the food on the menu. It's not the actual food. Don't eat the menu. Right? Don't. But we need it, right? Even if the only textbook we have is from 40 years ago, 50 years ago, I'm old, it's still better than nothing. And we may read things in there, we may have all these experiences and beliefs and thoughts and feelings and things that are with us that really don't apply to this world anymore. And so that's the fiery doorway of the Eon card. We have to be willing to scrap all of those things. Let's not hold on to anything so tightly that, we're refusing to part with it. It's kind of saying to Spirit, you can have everything else, but I'm holding on to this, right? Because this is the one that I just can't, this is an opinion or a belief or a feeling that I just can't let go of. Everything is subject to change. Okay, every step of the way here. Remember the Knight of Pentacles? You can see every step from here to the goal. Any one of those steps can be completely different once you get there, because you're going on a map from like the 1700s. The land looks different now. The roads are different now, most likely, right? So we've got the 10 of Swords. I think it's important for you to recognize that and be willing to part with, again, the menu, the pictures of the food on the menu are not the actual food. Oh, look at that. In your environment, you see the absolute potential of this thing. This is kind of indeed like we're throwing the map out the window, we're throwing the GPS system out the window, and we're just going to float through space and time, and it's a totally different experience than having something kind of planned out, right? But the Knight of Pentacles, of course, is still looking at that and thinking, maybe I can navigate by the stars, right? Maybe we have to trust our intuition rather than trusting the textbook or what we've learned, right? We can adapt. The magician in the universe is able to take the environment in whatever form it appears in any given moment and optimize it. Because you understand the fundamental process of change, of creation. Right? This is a 3 of Pentacles. Everything else has been stripped away. You're left with something that is not physical, not manifested, right? The 10 is all the stuff that gets burned away, and what we're left with is the Holy Trinity, right? Just the essence of your understanding. Okay? It's not specialized in any way here. So, you're able to take every possible variable. Really, it's my analogy in this sort of situation is always about somebody who's learning an instrument. Let's say piano. I've always wanted to learn piano. I feel like this is how you play it, right? You learn the fundamentals first. You learn that basic understanding of chords, whatever, the scales, I don't know, musical theory, whatever it is. You get that fundamental understanding of the instrument. And then through that, maybe just the understanding of the different chords or whatever, you're able to put together any conceivable combination, anything, again, with the Prince of Cups, right? Anything that you feel within you, any idea that you have, is able to come out through your fingertips, kind of like the magician with the electric fingers, right? Is able to come out through your mind and body in a way that is perfect. It's like having that image that you want to create and then being able to draw it on paper. Because you have the fundamental understanding of perspective, of proportion, right? That sort of thing, shading, shadow, all that stuff. So you're able to draw flawlessly. By having the fundamental understanding of creation, then you're able to create anything that you want. You're able to take any possible variable, any point event, any moment in time and space, and you're able to adapt and react and interact with it flawlessly. Because you know those fundamental things. It's like someone who's learning, guitar. You learn all the chords and the scales and all that stuff, and then you're able to compose anything. In any musical situation, you can adapt and you can optimize that, right? You can stand in with any band. It's like a drummer who learns many different styles, like rock music, jazz music, classical percussion, all these different kind of salsa, right? All these different things. Then you're able to encounter any scenario. Someone from the crowd throws out a song request, and you can play it. You may not even know the song, but you have the basic understanding of how that genre works, right? And so you're able to perform flawlessly, right? Perfectly. It's beautiful. You're making magic. You're making music, right? It's the improvisation that is, I think, born of this fundamental understanding that you have through all the practice, all the training that now goes out the window because you're just improving. You're just vibing, right? So anyway, back to the point. The Knight of Pentacles is looking at the environment and really realizing that there are infinite configurations out there around you, and the magician is going to perform flawlessly in every single one of those, even without the map. It's kind of like we don't even care about the map anymore. We don't need the textbook anymore, right? but it was useful while we had it. That's the point. Now, the obstacle, patience, the obstacle is the Eight of Pentacles. It's not really an obstacle, not really a problem, right? That's something that we are going to need. We're going to need this kind of, and I think you have that, and I think it all comes back to the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles understands what this thing needs to really grow. You want this plant to grow, you don't just flood it with water and flood it with sunlight, right? Nonstop, a barrage of the scorching sun and just a flood of water, you'll kill the plant. What we need is delicacy. What you need is a light touch. You need the dynamics of the music, right? You need to know how to play loud and slow as well as soft but fast, right? You need the dynamics. And that's understanding how much sunlight, how much soil, how much water, how much air, whatever the plants need. How much plant food, whatever. Okay, so this is really the infinite possibilities. This is you performing perfectly with every possibility. Every plant is different. Every point event, every moment in time is different. Every step along this path is different. Every phase of this work that you're involved in is different. Okay, this is general, this is very specific. This is all the life in the universe. This is one life at a time, one moment at a time. This is infinite, this is finite, this is particular, okay? And that's where we've got to, I think that's where we're starting to specialize, because it's not just all about the general understanding, but it's got to be then applied to those particular instances of interfacing with the universe, with the infinite universe, right? The outcome card here, oh yeah, you're going to like it. Two of Cups, love. The perfect union with this thing. The perfect, it really does have that higher love to it. And this is, this is the ego, right? Feeling proud of itself for what it's accomplishing, because what you're accomplishing is something that is very, very fundamental, very pure, right? And it is a union of love between you and the universe, between you and this path, you and this future, this goal, right? This is you achieving that goal. This is the glue that holds everything together. This is really going to rock your world. This is so close to source. Might as well be an ace, right? Because this is you interacting with that fundamental force of the universe. This is a spiritual experience, even if we're talking about something particular. This is the universal love, right? So this, I think, is going to affect you in ways that you weren't expecting, right? And I mean that. It's gonna rock your world. It's gonna influence every part of your life. This is a union between you and spirit that is going to flood every other aspect of your life. This is the water energy that branches out into all these little rivers and influences every part of you. You're going to be completely changed by this experience. Even if this is you in the medical field, general, you're a doctor or something, or whatever, some sort of medical person, and you're going to specialize. Right? It's very particular. You're doing something very specific training. That experience of doing that, of learning that and performing that and achieving that kind of certificate or the, whatever, right? That event, that fact, that process even, is changing your life in many unexpected ways. Now, I want to do one of these Radiant Sun oracles. Oracle of the Radiant Sun, I think they're called. These are very, very lovely cards, very astrological. So I like that about them. And the imagery is really fantastic. So let's just pull one out. Independence. Wow. And this is the moon in Aquarius. Independence. Right. And I feel that this is really you trusting your intuition to guide you forward on this path that is really kind of like, it's really progressive. It's really kind of renovating your life. This is a way for you to expand your mind, for you to expand your possibilities. This is something that's meant to improve your life, increase your sphere of influence, increase your level of success. Right? I like this a lot. Yeah, I like the Aquarius aspect of this because I feel that this is really something that's on the cutting edge. It's something that I think it's a challenge for you. I don't think it's something that it's not going to come easy. But the best things in life usually don't come easy, right? And so this is nice. And the independence part of that is interesting too. I wonder if that has something to do with the type of success or the type of project or endeavor or training that you're involved with meant to give you a greater sense of independence, right? If you're learning new things, if you're gaining a new skill or getting kind of a new certificate or whatever, right? It kind of it gives you more value in the marketplace, right? Kind of thing. It gives you more opportunities in a way. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. What do we think? We think earth energy. We think maybe a 9 or a 10 of pentacles, or well, maybe more water energy. Maybe I want to see the 10 of cups. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking water energy anyway. Let's see what we have. Oh, the Page of Cups. Well, one bell, because I was sort of right. The Page of Cups. This is kind of the surprise, right? It's the fish in the percolator. It's something unexpected happening, and it's just kind of like, from a Twin Peaks reference, right? Fish in the percolator. It kind of makes you go, what? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why are we seeing that? You see the fish in your goblet here, right? And maybe a reaction would just be, throw it away, right? But no, I feel like you're seeing it and you're like, hi, little fish. What are you doing today? What is your message? What is the meaning of this? It's kind of an unexpected benefit, unexpected surprise, right? And, maybe benefit is the wrong word because, well, now you kind of spoiled your drink, right? You got to go get another drink. But maybe the fish is the important thing for you to focus on. Maybe the unexpected benefits of this, the surprises that it brings to you. It's kind of like you're in the middle of this project or this training and you're having these weird experiences. You're meeting like these interesting people and stuff. And it's all these little side things, these peripheral things that maybe really mean the most to you or lead you into so many new paths in life. And it's kind of like if you don't take this opportunity, you're going to miss out on all those experiences of meeting all those interesting people, of having all those weird synchronicities, So this is about you appreciating all of the novelty, all of the surprises in life. We think, I'm going to go and I'm going to do a new thing. I'm going to learn this new skill or take this new class or specialize my career training in this particular way. And we think of it as one thing. I'm going to learn how to I'm doing pediatrics. I'm going to get, that's it, right? It's one thing. But that one thing is bringing you so much additional novelty in your life. Like we think that's the novel thing, but that path is going to have so many interesting things happen on it that you wouldn't experience if you don't walk through this fiery doorway. So I think this is a very, very encouraging confirmation card. Now we're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Scorpio are on Wednesdays. Bonus readings on Saturdays. Be sure you watch both, all right? And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.